Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. Fucking mochi hairs on me. Yo, 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 yo. Let me wear glasses. Where are the glasses? This is the easy way to look like you're 3 times your age. The easiest way to look like you're ancient, like you're old and decrepit. Good lord. It's disgusting. Exactly, indeed, safety. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-da-dum. We must finish this infantryman today in full, and it will be a very productive day. And then tomorrow, I can work on something different. Yo, yo. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, yo. This torso is so disgusting to clean up. There's so many fucking lines and things, and it's dreadful. It's very, very dreadful. Ay, ay, ay. Every time this song comes on, I know it's good, but, like, I've heard it so much, and it just puts me to sleep. But not in, like, a bad way. I need to change. The only thing that kept me awake recently, I started listening again to, like, old death metal. Kind of reminiscing of when I would actually listen to it. And, kind of didn't hate it, you know? Wasn't terrible. Wasn't bad. But it's certainly not of, like, what today I would listen to, I suppose. You gotta get not ancient death metal, but death metal. Sometimes you just kind of, like, push out certain genres that you've listened to before. They just don't... They don't seem like a thing of the now. You know, at some point you're like, oh, that's great, and then you kind of grow out of it, and then maybe you grow back into it. That's kind of me with death metal right now. Like, I want to go back and I want to listen to a lot of the groups I grew up with, I suppose. Such is the way of things sometimes. Whatever it is, though, it could literally bring you back to a time when things were simpler. Warhammer, nostalgia. Music, nostalgia. A restaurant, nostalgia. So much nostalgia. Is it too much? Is being happy a bad thing? What a weird time growing up is sometimes. I mean, it's either this or it's Billy Talent, to be fair. You bump the Cannibal Corpse or you bump the Billy Talent. First and second album. Good times for being alive. Groups. Believe it was like Cannibal Corpse, Cannabis Corpse, Cattle Decapitation, Morbid Angel. I think Immolation might have been there. Deicide. Hey man, you get phases sometimes. You get different arcs in your life. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But you're there for them. You're there for all of them, brother. This was kind of in the age where, like, all of my money went to buying music. Either music memorabilia or physical CDs and whatnot. Band t-shirts. Good times. When am I getting paid for chores? I gotta order some CDs. I gotta buy some music. Yo, yo. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, yo. I remember doing school projects on Cannibal Corpse songs, and they were the most deranged things ever, and the teachers loved them. And I wasn't a student who had to be watched over, like, you know, like typical kids of these days. But, like, good God. I'm surprised the teachers... I had this poor little, like, Jamaican lady as my English teacher, and I gave her the most fucked up song ever, and she's like, this is amazing. I'm like, really? And she's like, I loved it. And I actually got one of the best marks in the class. Like, damn, seriously, woman? Then again, it had a lot to do with, like, art and different things and a write-up. Like, damn, woman. All right, cool. Oh, wow, wow. Hell no. I was a great student. Just because I listen to weird fucking music don't make me a serial killer or anything. She loved it. Teachers can't be judgmental. They want their paycheck and they want the kids to succeed. In whoever way the kids can apply themselves. You know? That's the biggest thing. One of the teachers was into Warhammer, one of them was into, like, 80s films, another one was very open about art. It was great. Very fun. What a lovely time. Actually, you know what? What's his name? I normally don't even blast music like I used to, but I really should because music only sounds good when it's fucking blared into your ears. Usually. Like, at least metal, you need that shit, like, turbo blasting your fucking eardrums to death. It's just not the same. Like, you can listen to this lo-fi shit and sit here and, like, have an out-of-body experience. And it's, like, tapping the back of your skull. Or you can have, like, an absolute wall of fucking sound destroying your brain. Which is what I prefer. It's like you can't even hear half the music when you have it so fucking low. It's like, what's the point of even listening to it? You need it loud. Although I will say there is a time for listening to rain. Rain is always good. Well, I mean, you can't really listen to, like, heavy music when you're trying to study. It's just too, you can't even think straight, but if you don't need to think, I mean, lo-fi is pretty alright. Yeah, rain noise is good. Ideally. There is a time for a lot of things. These mold lines are satanic. This has got to be the worst sculpt of all the Dwarf Warriors and, like, Quarrelers and Thunderers. This one's awful. There's just lines everywhere. Save us! There's too many. Okay, so this arm is supposed to be out like this. I mean, I'm not getting into 40k either way, but not really. Aren't they just lumped into the Agents of the Imperium? $40k poo-poo. It's okay. Well, I mean, to be fair... Well, what about Knights? I think Knights being a faction is the stupidest fucking thing. They should always be allies, no? The Knights have to be one of the most boring, like, things to go against. Even to face. Like, why aren't they allies? You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of how it should be. It's like you're fighting an army of 5 models. They should be allies. But I guess more armies is good. It's variety, and people like variety, and that's great. It just seems boring. It seems like a very one-sided enjoyment type of thing. Like, how do you enjoy yourself? War Dog spam, so it's like 20 War Dogs instead of the big knights. That's so cringe, though, man. Like, it's cringe, dude. I mean, do what you want, but I'm not really a big gamer anyways, but the idea of it seems very thematically dry. To me, that doesn't seem fun. I know some people like the knights and, oh, they're big and crazy and all this, and that's fine, but seems a little janky. I don't know, man. There's a reason I'm not touching the Cities of Sigmar anymore. Cities of Sigmar is going to get squatted out of existence as well. The Cities of Sigmar are due for a massive update in a very bad way for the Dowie. You are on a time bomb of an army. All the weird niche shit, it's gonna get phased out. They're gonna try and, like, push a little bit more of a, consistent roster. Which makes sense. I feel like with Deathwatch, they were kind of in that boat anyways. In a way. I don't think I've ever really heard of people mainly playing Deathwatch. You are just kind of waiting for the army to get outdated. Invalidated. I feel like if you're someone who plays one of the mainline factions, you're not really... If you want to make sure your army never goes out of date, just play Space Marines. Play one of the main like Space Marine factions, and you will never be fucked over. I was gonna say just play Space Marines, but no, that's not the case here. Play Oryx, play Eldar. Some units may be invalidated, but, like, you're fine. You are way fine. Just one of the mainline... I could play Leagues of Votann and be completely fine forever until I die. Well, because Orcs have been in the game since day one, right? They're not going anywhere. Orcs will never be on the chopping block, only the weird niche units. Yeah, I need some open arm expressions. Like a welcoming gesture. Another beautiful night of mutilating Dowie. Kind of. Kind of. When you're a converter, you're not a remote. Same thing? I wonder if I can literally just use both these. Let's see. Oh yeah, that does work. Once it's chopped down properly... Oh yeah, that works. Very good! This is a neutral arm. It's supposed to be facing one way, but, like, it's so standard that it just looks like it's for both. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a left and right arm. Very good. Okay. This cuff needs to come off. Cool. Converting is so liberating. God bless the human imagination. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Semi-blue tacked. The arms got to be chopped down even more. Can't wait to finish off my Sylvaneth and get back to my Soulblight. I think I'm going to get some Bretonnian men at arms and convert them into zombie Graveguard. Men at arms being turned into Graveguard. That's like zombie material. Those are garbo. I would be doing the Grail Knights. Or whatever the new unit is. Those would be Graveguard. Men at arms is like the elite. I'd throw them in with the zombie mobs, to be honest. Or the skeletons. The skeletons. Chuck them in with the nobodies. Those would be way better, yeah. Because, I mean, the Graveguard is supposed to be, like, the established, like, I guess, I don't even know, what would you call them in life? The higher-ups. I don't know what you'd call them. Whatever their lore is, it's a little fancy schmancy. Those, I think, would look dope. You trying to do like a Bretonian-themed undead army? Is that it? Or was it just like a conversion idea? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not just do cities then? Or just do Empire, like, state troops, no? Like the Steel Helms? These got to be chopped down a little bit more. These arms are so fucking long. Ew, bro. Gross. Spearhead this weekend. That's cool. I am working on my Spearhead. I would like to play it very soon, before the end of the year. Hopefully. If I can finish these conversions, I'm all for playing. Going to Gen Con and they're doing demos. That's cool. It should be very easy to learn, honestly. Pretty sure it's a game you can pick up in one day. Everything is pretty straightforward. It's just a get in, get out, play the game. Couple of different twists depending on where you're playing, which is cool. And these arms got to be chopped down a little bit more. Oof. I gotta look at the Caradron box to see what the fuck it's supposed to look like. At least their version. Arcanaut Company. Argonaut Company. English. Canada. Age of Sigmar. Order. Caradron Overlords. Arcanaut Company. Okay, let's take a look. Bow. So I have this guy kind of running with his arms down. I don't even know if I like that pose, but whatever. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Chop this up really good. Yeah, gaming is, if you've got an army ready to go, like, if you've played Age of Sigmar before, Spearhead's, like, instantaneous, you know, let's game. But building a box takes a little bit of time. I'm just glad it's only one box and not multiple. Even though it's multiple units in the box, but better than nothing, I suppose. I may just do Zufbar. Like a, I'd have to look at what they're peddling Zufbar as today, but something along those lines. Whatever their official colors seem to be, because sometimes they swap them up. Zufbar. The gears of Zufbar. Written by Chad GPT. Is it really? I mean, Age of Sigmar... a lot of the streamlining of these games kind of might have that effect, yeah, for sure. The gears of Zufbar. Dwarf Karak colors. Zufbar is supposed to be blue and dark red. And then in Total War, it's like a cyan looking ass thing. And then in lore, it's like a deep blue. Like, I don't even know. I'd have to go look into it again. No matter how it may go, they will be painted something. And I'm more inclined again to paint this because there's no other units in this, like, force. You just paint the Spearhead and you don't look back. It is the easiest thing to do. And I kind of need that one-off fun project because I really don't want to be doing this forever. I remember what it felt like to finish a project. It's been many a year, but I do remember. Any thoughts on the land fortress? My thoughts on them is that people don't want to buy mine. They're, just use an airbrush, man. I would say if you're going to paint any of the Votan vehicles, you got to use an airbrush. Airbrush on those bad boys are the only way to do it. If you're going to sit there and paint panels with a brush, good luck. Good luck. Any big flat panels, and you want that smooth airbrush finish. And all is well. I feel like if I was to paint any Votan, I'd have to make them look grungy as fuck. Foam. I'm done for GG. Buy an airbrush, man. $100 on Amazon. But I can't afford it. Well, then how the fuck did you buy an over $100 land fortress? If you've got the money for the land fortress, you've got the money for the airbrush. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's really good. Airbrushing base coats, having it be as smooth as ever is super clean. It really just goes on, like, so thin. It's the paint that's a bitch. You can thin regular, like, GW paint. You don't need, like, airbrush paint. You just kind of thin it. It's just got to be a little bit thinner, yeah. Yo, we're good. We busy. I don't know about... I don't think I've ever seen a speed-painted, like, slap-chopped Votan vehicle, but I think that would look pretty satanic. Subjectively. I don't think I've ever seen that. Maybe it works. But yeah, for real, if you've got, like, big vehicles like the Land Fortress, use an airbrush. I mean, in some cases, they're even cheaper than minis on Amazon. If you oil, yeah, if you did, like, a lot of grungy, nasty shit all over it, and then you kind of, like, wiped it all away, that could work. That could be a thing. There's a lot of different things people do. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. As long as you yourself are very happy with the outcome, that is all that matters. Um, I don't. That's a good question. I have no fucking idea. Maybe that like those like pig fat treats, pork rinds or some shit. That's just awful. Not the best tasting thing. To be honest, not the best. Little stinky. Not even chewy. They're just kind of like, they're like crunchy. They're gross. They're like chips. Don't you just hate yourself after eating them? It's like, you fucking pig. Look what you just ate. You ate another pig. But like, it's a snack, bro. Can't you just have like a carrot? Like, I'm a fat ass, dude, and I don't even think about eating that crap. That is garbage. But, you know, to each his own. Love him, hate him. A fried pig skin. If you like him, cool. I just don't like them. There was someone in my Discord who posted a drink, and it was like titled Gross Gus's Indian Wells Brewing Co. Pirate Piss. And it had the most disgusting fucking label I've ever seen. Look at this label. Who the fuck wants to drink that? Look at that old, disheveled freak. What is this dog shit? Why would you drink this? Look at this thing. That's disgusting. Pirate piss. I mean, that guy's... That's like, dude. Maybe it tastes good. I don't know, dude. Gross Gus's Indian Wells Brewing Co. Pirate piss. I mean, he is fucking gross. Gross Gus's. Yeah, that's a crusty looking face.
Shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off! Oi, oi.
Condor, thank you, buddy. Yeah, it's a little nasty. Very bizarre. Yeah, I mean, it sells, though. That's why it's in stores now. It sells enough for that variety store, wherever the fuck it was taken, was, to order more, so... Tobito and Grash Garrett. Graschetti Goretti. Where has time... Where have the good times gone? Now we're just all getting old and sad. Old and sad. Soda company that does the fucking bacon pickle ranch dressing. Oh. Bro, as a fat ass, I would never want to drink that. I mean, shit beer has the nickname piss water. Yeah, but did they put piss water on the label? Ew. Oh well. They do not put piss water on the label. Oh, yeah, I know. Where's my decrepit sanding sponge? Wish I had more. Actually, I do have more. I ordered sanding sponge today. I ordered a $10 sanding sponge that I'm going to chop up and use. Lovely. I used to be a hater of sanding sponges because I'm like, it's not even precise. But then I realized, why does it need to be precise when everything could be smoothed? Right? Like, you could sit here and just go, and it's great. Just literally just, 1,000. 1,000 is the perfect grit for only needing to sand. If you're talking about finishing touches, 1,000 will not scar the mini, and it will smooth it. Anything lower than 1,000 will destroy it. 1,000 is the perfect grit for plastic. Anything above that, all right. Maybe a little bit too soft, though. Also, this week is good news. This week, Saturday, is the Dwarf release, which means I'm going to stream all fucking day with those new boxes. God damn! I'm going to build them. I'm going to try to build them. Venom, yo, buddy. It is the good old 10 years in the making Dwarf release. Thank God. How long have we suffered with no Dowie? We need Dowie. Release the Dowie. I mean, maybe they will. I have no fucking clue. Weren't you after, like, the Green Knight or something for, like, a month or 2 or 3? Go on eBay, dude. Just bite the bullet. Go on eBay, go on Element Games, go anywhere, man. Just find one. Bite the bullet. I wish not to bite the bullet. Did you really? I saw a few clips of it. It looked okay, but I don't know if I'll be watching it. Chances are, by the time I actually muster up the strength to go out of the house and fucking do something, it'll be in, like, streaming services. That's my problem always. Even with, like, Romulus, I'm gonna be like, yeah. I'll see it tomorrow. I do not see it the next day. I'll see it the next day. I don't see it the next day either. That's a common problem for me. Oh yeah, I mean, people do scalp it, for sure. People are losers. There's fucking Ungrim Iron Fist on eBay, the new one, for $130. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Like, what a bunch of fucking losers doing that. But they have the right to. They bought it. Says nobody. But it's supply and demand. Can somebody tell me, go on Google and type in M. Night Shyamalan's The Watchers and just see if it's on a streaming service right now? I was supposed to go see that movie in theaters, but I feel like I'm way too late and it should already be out at, like, home viewing. I'm like 99% sure it is. $76 because it had one guy found his old stuff. Oh, that's not really. That's kind of... See, the thing with the old... It's on Amazon, is it really? Can I rent it? Or do they want you to buy it? Prime Video. I'll give it a shot. When it comes to the old boxes, the value is in the art. The value is in the box. I would say if you're going to sell a Green Knight in its original packaging, it's probably worth about that, realistically, right? Because it's more of a collector's piece. If you want just the mini, then just wait for the actual mini to come out, but any of the OG fantasy stuff is very collectible. Again, mostly for the box at this point, because they have re-releases everywhere. No. Yo, yo. All right, let's see if this arm slots in properly. Oh, yeah. So I could glue that, realistically, once I finish it. I'm tired. It's 11 o'clock. I think once I glue this, I'm probably going to go lay down. I'm a busy man. Hard at work always. I've been trying to get up earlier in most of my days, just because I also kind of get tired early. Feels good to wake up early. I'm up at like 7 or 8. Ivana's up at like 2 p.m. We've got great schedules. I don't know about taking a nap. I feel like if you take a nap, your schedule's kind of fucked now. For me, it would ruin everything and I'd stay up too late. If you could just fall asleep again, that's great, but yeah, it's a little rough for me. My grandfather takes naps, and he's 95 or 6 or something. "30 minutes or it's just sleep." My schedule's already fucked. Yeah. As long as you can wake up and go to bed on time and function, that's good. That's alright. Waking up, Poro agony. So, I mean, it could be worse. You could wake up and enjoy elves. At that point, it's like, why am I even awake? What is a life worth living if I'm just living in sin? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. True. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Imagine waking up and enjoying Ultramarines. I used to as a kid. I would wake up every morning and praise fucking the Emperor. I think everyone at one point has liked Space Marines. At least if you were a kid at one point and you were into Warhammer, you're like, damn, the Space Marines are cool, eh? And sometimes that stays with you and, you know, you still love them to this day, but for me, it didn't really do much. I had the Goblin Green bases. I had the Battle for McCraig. I had a Rhino. I had an Assault Squad. I had a Attack Squad. Back in my day, I had to cut the grips off the guns and glue them into their fucking hands. The guns came complete as a miniature. There was no gripping poses. You had to make them yourself. which was terrible. That was horrible. The only cool thing about that, where you had to like cut the grips off and then glue them into the hands, was that if you didn't cut them off, you had like a complete bit of like a gun. You had like an orc shooter or a bolt gun, a bolt pistol, stuff like that. History lessons. I mean, that's just what it was. There's people older than me for sure who had like, you know, fucking wooden miniatures as they like built their log cabin with their teeth. Plasma pistol? Yeah, that's just what it was, man. Way back in the day. Which it was cool for what it was, but like it was so tedious. The way they are now is way better for sure. Was it the Rogue Trader one? Painted it up. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like the Rogue Trader stuff. I've got a soft spot for it just because I did grow up on it as well. Not in a sense that like I was born in that time, but it was a very I love the style of it. It has so much charm. Specifically the squats though. I love the old Rogue Trader squats outside of the biker gang ones. Historical Napoleonics in the nursing home. Hey, man. We're not there yet. We are not there yet. Keep that brain functioning. Play more Warhammer. We're here to enjoy ourselves, so let's do so, yeah? Well, I like the Firstborn stuff, too. They do... I love the helmets are sick. The faceplates. No, way too iconic. The Screamer. The old Rogue Trader, like, weirdos. Post them in the Discord. Post the images of them. Model trades, historical war games. There's no other end game but those two. The end game for me is being entombed in a fucking dwarven shrine. Okay? With my dwarven army and my dwarven collection. It's true. I will be buried under a fucking mountain. with a little passageway to my tomb. Here lies the man who scraped many mold lines, but never finished anything. A true master craftsman. Sticking to tradition and never venturing off the beaten path. Tyranids are literally xenomorphs. The Tyranids are literally xenomorphs. Or Zerg. The initial idea for one of the Tyranid units, the Gene Stealer, was supposed to be the Xenomorph way back when. It would, like, stock ships, kind of like implant babies, right? But more so fuck with your genetic code. Like, you'd have a kid and it would look like a fucking alien. Tyranids are basically xenomorphs. Type on Google Tyranid, Tyranid, xenomorph scheme. You'll see people who did the Tyranids in, like, the xenomorph scheme. Duncan Rhodes did it. Yeah, I think he did a one-off, right? I remember there was one of those, like, fucked up horror stories about the Tyranids. It was when when one of their giant, like, fucking ships swallowed another ship, and it was, like, the story of how everyone just succumbed to, like, stomach acid and shit. It was so awful. And all these, like, bugs burst through the fucking ceilings and started, like, eating their eyes out and shit. Horrible! It's disgusting! Kill them all! Ew! Vile! Starship Troopers. Yep. Amalgamation. It's like the StarCraft, like, Zerg and Xenomorphs. They are the closest thing to Xenomorphs, though. They literally play in hordes, and they run around and shoot fucking, like, living ammunition and all that crap. It's like... It's just aliens. Not alien, but it's aliens. I mean, there is an alien-esque thing. The Lictor's pretty fucking creepy. Yeah, you don't want to fight Tyranids. Most relaxing day in the 41st millennium. Ew. That's interesting. Kind of funny. Please no during the Deathless, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, for sure. They're more so from the I'm assuming they're all like when you read the Tyranid book, it's from the perspective of people who have encountered them, because they can't tell you their story. You can't reason with them. It's like accounts of them. Not to mention they've got like these weird. Yeah, have you played what's the word? Have you played that new Colonial Marine shooter? What are they called? What's that game called? Not Fireteam Elite, the other one. The one where it's like top down and you control Marines and it's like a strategy game. What's that one called? You know how they have the cultists in that game? Where the guy has a literal xenomorph in his chest? Dark Descent, yeah. They have cultists like that who literally worship them like gods. And in their eyes, they're kind of viewing them as like these holy angels coming to save them and deliver them from like, you know, hell and, oh, take them up to the heavens and do all this weird shit. And in reality, they're just coming to like eat them all. And they just don't view them as that though. But they're actually psychotic. Tyranids are interesting. They're probably the coolest enemy in 40k, personally, but they're very bizarre. Okay. I don't even know who that is. You guys know your 40k. I don't know anything. I don't know my 40k. Tyranid's weaknesses. Dying. Guns. Exterminatus. Bullets. Chainsaw. Physically being ripped apart. That is their weakness. Death. They die. Okay. Alrighty. Time to finish up for the night. The work shift is Ogre. We must retire to sleep. Once I get a glob of this poop. Mm, no. No, I'm not gonna be dumb. No. No, 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 no. No, siree, I won't be that stupid. I think I'm gonna go watch it after this. I haven't seen it. I've seen bits of it. I just want to see the dwarves. Let me see Moria in its glory before the Balrog. The dirty Balrog kills them all. See, if the Balrog opened up in, like, a Dwarven Karak and fucking fantasy, the thing would just get shot to death. Like, Jesus Christ. Summon the Rune Smiths, summon the Rune Lords, get the guns, get the organ guns, get the cannons. Jesus Christ, get the runic weapons. That thing's dead. Fucking get the Thunder Barge, fly it in. Yeah, they're really good. I do like them. The dwarves are, no matter what people say about that show, the dwarves are, like, pretty good. They're excellent. Hmm. I would, well, you don't think Gimli's good? You don't think Gimli's better? I mean, I guess to be fair, they're kind of the same. Hmm. Can't do it. I'll lose my fucking mind if I do that. Fuck that. Oh, yeah, for sure. Dwarves are kind of that laid back, like, you know, bullshit, comic relief, like, they're just gonna be as blunt with you as possible type of guys. You're right, though. If anyone was going to be comic relief, it would have... it's just Gimli. I can't think of anyone else. Durin better than Gimli? I guess he's got more, like, personality, I guess you could say, because he's on screen a little bit more, and he's actually, like, developed a bit. For sure. This is like a Slayer pose. He's like, kill me! I left the toaster on. I burned my wife's bread. I'm gonna go kill myself. In glorious combat. You dishonored me. And your great-great-grandfathers, they made you marry me just to burn me toast. You got to go die now. Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I don't know how many seasons there are, but, like, we may be at the end of the road here. I mean, customer service... Oh, jobs. I was going to say, customer service from GW is great. It's excellent. It'd be so sick to replace all of these with cogs. All of his little ancestor face like bindings for the beard, his bands. Really? Holy shit. They announced that? Hey, I hope it gets better. Right. That's cool. I just want to see more dwarves. He's got to be glued in, otherwise they're not going to hold well enough. Ay, ay, ay. I like his arms out there like that. It's just weird. At least when it's all done properly. Good enough. I hope it holds. Yeah, it's just for conceptualizing things. I've been blue tacking all of my things lately just to get different poses in. Like a come get me pose, you know? Another pose. Another pose. Another pose. Another pose. Another pose. And then another pose. And another pose. I gotta do these tomorrow, if I have time. I gotta figure out what to do with these special weapons. Actually, to be fair, the minigun is probably the easiest, just because he's shooting it. So good. Yeah, I mean, they'll look better when they're all glued properly, but again, right now they're just kind of where they are. They'll be great with, like, the basing and everything. And the more bits that I add, of course, but... This is just the Spearhead box, though. Ooh, not firing, but pointing it down? I wonder if I could give this guy a backpack full of, like, ammunition. Oh, he's dead. Oops. For this, though, I've kind of wanted to do it for a while. I was planning on making, Caradron allies in my Cities of Sigmar army, kind of like in the vein of what I'm doing here, but I never got around to it. So now I could just do it for Spearhead, and that's cool. I think I would give this guy kind of like a big ammunition pack or something. Because I ordered backpacks from eBay, like backpack bits, and it's like, out for delivery. And then I click on tracking, and it says, your package is no longer in our system. Please deliver the backpacks. Give me the backpacks, you bastards. I got my special edition Plague Marines this week. That's cool. Build them. Put them on a shelf. Make them look good. Hmm. I don't really know what I'm doing yet with the Admiral. I wanted to use the generic, like, Cogsmith, Grim Burluxon model, and it looks fine, but something about it just screams sadness because it's like a character model that's just been demoted so many times into nobody. It's very sad. And a little generic, I think, at this point for me. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do yet. Cocksmith. Thinking of doing my Necrons in a pink and blue color scheme. Listen, I'm a sucker for the classics. The boring neon like green and the silver, to me, are the Necrons. I think, just conceptualize it, no? Paint one mini, and if you like it, go with it. Because I have no idea what that would look like exactly, or whether or not I'd like it. And it's just my opinion, it doesn't matter, but... The biggest thing is to do, like, one test model, right? That's why you gotta go find, like, really junky shit minis to just paint them for fun. I don't know. You could do a bunch of stuff. Test models, Satan. Oh, maybe not those. Those are a bit expensive. Okay, the next three on the chopping block are the special weapons. This one's gonna be a bitch. This one should be okay. I just don't know what to do with this arm. But maybe I could also make him kind of pointing it. I'm glad to be done the basic troops, because the basic troops, although cool, are a little bit of a slog, because they're 7 of the same units, basically. Oops. This is also another minigun. Nope. Okay, so I've got the 2 hands for the pike. It's just a matter of, do I want them... I'm not going to be using this top piece, but... And this dude looks like a fucking unit. Holy Giga Chad. I kind of like giving him the shoulder pads because he's more like a melee dude. That could be pretty cool. Maybe. Probably not, though. Then again, I guess he would look pretty impressive like that, though. Yeah, they do. I'm basically going to give this guy, like, a fucking steam-powered Matic on a, like a Matic on a pole. But I really don't like the profile of this being, like, held, kind of like this. I think I prefer it upright. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Yeah, the upright pose looks a bit cooler. What does this look like? Nah, a little too goofy. For sure upright, though, I think. Definitely. I just don't know what his other hand is going to be doing. Maybe just gripped. I do think a gripped fist as well, actually. Well, if it was chopped properly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. I could get behind that. Looks pretty legit. Well, once it's cleaned up, obviously. I may give him the shoulder pads. I like the idea of this guy kind of being decked out a little bit more. Like, actually meant for kind of getting into it. I could see it. Dope. Looks alright. Well, I mean, I gotta chop the shit out of it. It'll look different, but I do think I like this. And then replace the head with, like, a hammer or, like, a spring fucking, again, Matic or something. Make it look more dwarfy instead of, like, Caradron-y. Minigun is fine. I can't really do anything different with the minigun, to be honest. I think it's just fine as is. What I would like to know is, where is the minigun arm? I think it's just this. It is this. Cool. So I need to chop this up. Well, chop it up tomorrow. Boom, 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 boom. This thing is so, like, Jesus. That's a gun. That's a big-ass gun. If I could put a crank on the side of this, that'd be pretty dope. Anyways, I think I'm done for now. Good progress. We got 3 more infantry. And then the character, and then the 3 other ones, and then I spend probably a week straight building an airship. And at that point, we're well into, like, the new Dwarf releases, so I guess we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I'm out of here. Forefather's muzzle-loaded grape shot gun. Yeah, it's a big motherfucker. It looks much bigger on these sculpts because they're so old compared to, like, what the Caradron are now. This looks normal on a Caradron. On old Dowie, it's, like, ginormous. But then again, that's kind of a dwarf thing. Dwarves have big, burly fucking weaponry. Alright, anyways, that's it for me, folks. Take care, be well, stay safe, have a great fucking night. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So peace, and thanks for hanging out.